It's boyfriend versus girlfriend, with skydiver and comedian Matty Chimber taking on his classically trained dancing queen and comedian Monterey Martinez in architecture and conspiracy theories trivia. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? Welcome to this very, very fun episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. I'm a comedian in the Los Angeles area. I host a whole slew of trivia nights almost every single night of the week under my name, Trivia with Buds. You can check out all my locations and live events and special events coming up on triviawithbuds.com. And this is my weekly podcast. I put it out every Tuesday, and sometimes the podcast is two of my friends going head-to-head, like today's episode, in two different topics. Sometimes it's me just talking about trivia. Sometimes it's me on location somewhere interviewing and asking people questions at somewhere like DesignerCon 2016 in Pasadena. Check a few episodes back to listen to that one. But today we have a great old-fashioned trivia showdown between two very funny friends of mine, comedians Matty Chimber and Monterey Martinez. Before we get to their portion of this trivia showdown on the show, I do want to talk about what the show is. Sometimes people ask me, they go, what's your podcast about? Who's it for? This show is for trivia fans, people that like anything that's related to pop culture. I always describe everything I do at my trivia nights and on the podcast as the pink pie from Trivial Pursuit. So if you like movies, music, comic books, video games, TV shows, I am your guy. I don't do a ton of academic stuff at my trivia nights, so if you like Jeopardy-style trivia, you'll get some of that, but you won't get a whole night filled with that. You're not going to get like a lot of math or sports questions. It's mostly stuff about things that nerds like, because that's what I like to play to, because I'm a huge nerd myself. My voice is a little scratchy right now. Everybody in my house is sick. My daughter Annabelle coughing up, hacking up a lung every 5 seconds. Her nose is constantly running, and her favorite thing to do is come wipe her entire face like on my shirt. So shout out to Annabelle for being cute even when she's sick. This show is for couples driving somewhere together. That's what I like to tell people. If you are going on a trip, or you are on a road trip, maybe going to Vegas from L.A. or something like that, or driving from Chicago to L.A., or just anywhere in the car on your daily route. My brother Scott told me he listens to the podcast instead of the radio just to get his brain going in the morning. So thanks, Scott. Shout out to him. He's been on episode 10 against my other brother Tom. Go back and listen to that fun one. But yeah, it's for couples driving around, people who are working out, people who walk their dogs. Whatever you do when you listen to podcasts, this is for you. If you like to compete against somebody else, you can kind of listen and play along with them and pause it and see who gets the answer right first, that kind of thing. And fans of just pop culture in general. Speaking of pop culture, I am part of a new web series on Stream TV, thestream.tv. It's a big media site on YouTube and the internet where they do all these after shows for superhero programs. So if you like stuff like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or The Flash or Supergirl or Legends of Tomorrow, you can watch the live episode on your TV or your device, and then you can immediately go after the show airs and watch us do a live show. It's usually about a half hour talking about that specific episode. So tonight was my very first dabble into that, and we talked about the newest episode of Gotham, which is a show that I have not watched a ton of, but enough of to kind of understand what's going on. And that was kind of one that I will be a rotating guest on with two other girls named Sabina and Tatiana. Sabina and Tatiana. So check us out on the stream.tv talking about Gotham. I'll have the link in the show notes for this episode if you want to check out what we talked about. Also, I will have a recurring every single week show discussing The Flash Season 3. So I'm jumping in right at the middle. I'm almost caught up to where they're at right now on The Flash airing. And if you like after show recap, stuff like The Talking Dead, after you watch The Walking Dead, definitely check out our Flash show premiering next Tuesday, a week from today, for The Flash Season 3 on the stream.tv. I'll be posting all this stuff on social media as well. We have an amazing episode for you, and before we get to it, one of the topics today is conspiracy theories. So I wanted to quickly talk about my top 5 conspiracy theories. That's right. These are my 5 personal conspiracy theories that I believe in. Here's number 5. Number 5, I don't think igloos are warm. I don't think they are. I don't know how you can prove that to me. I imagine it might be a little bit shelter to the cold weather, but it's made of ice, isn't it? And it's usually sitting on ice, from what I understand. So I just don't think they're warm. That's conspiracy number 5. Igloos, not warm. Do you agree? Let me know. Number 4, I don't think anyone actually likes the taste of coffee. That is one that I definitely believe. It's a conspiracy theory. I think people like drinking something every morning when they wake up, and it just happens to be coffee. I don't think anyone likes the taste of coffee. I think they like the taste of all the shit they add to coffee, like these flavored creamers. Your York peppermint patty creamer. Come on, that's not coffee. You add that shit to it. It's a York peppermint patty flavor that you're drinking. That's not coffee. I don't drink coffee because I'm naturally energetic and I can shit on my own. That's what I tell people. So I don't think anyone actually likes the taste of coffee. Here's number 3. I think the girl from Small Wonder was actually a robot. I know that one is shocking everybody, but I do think that that was not a real actress. I think when they would open her circuit board and check out the wiring, I think that was real. I think that was a robot in disguise, not too different from a transformer. The girl from Small Wonder, actually a robot. Here's number 2. Dogs are better friends than cats, but cats are better pets. That's right. I think dogs are better friends. So if you're looking for a friend, they call him man's best friend. Get yourself a dog. If you just want a pet, you don't have to take too much care of. I have a cat. He sleeps in a box in the garage, and his name's Simon, and he's 15, and that's pretty much all he does. I go with a cat. So I think dogs are better than cats if you want friendship, and cats are better if you want a better pet. That's a conspiracy. In some way, I don't know. Some people think cats or dogs are better, and that was to try and dispel that. And number 1, this is the biggest conspiracy in my life, everybody. I've been with my wife for going on 12 years, since we were in college, 19 years old, and not once, ever, in those 12 years, have I ever heard my wife fart. That's right. No flatulence, no farting whatsoever. Not that I want her to start farting. I just wanted to put that out into the universe. I'm a little worried about her health. It's been 12 years. Not a toot has come out of this wife of mine. I've even tried to surprise her, push on her stomach and run off, and nothing. She's solid. And I watched her give birth and not a fart, everybody. So I'm just putting that out there. My wife does not fart. It's the biggest conspiracy in my life. Someone needs to help me solve this riddle. Maybe she's a robot, like that Small Wonder bitch, huh? All right. That's enough for conspiracy theories with your pal Ryan Buds. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We got architecture trivia. We got conspiracy theory trivia. Here we go. I'm sitting here in Sherman Oaks, California, with 2 good friends of mine. That was the yup of Maddie Chimber. How you doing, Maddie?
Good. How you doing, Ryan?
All the way from Connecticut. Now you're living in the big city.
The big city, Tinseltown.
And you're competing today against your lovely girlfriend, Miss Monterey Martinez. How you doing, Monterey?
Good, thank you.
Monterey, when I put your name in my phone, it said, did you mean Montreal?
Yeah, did you mean Mantaray? Yeah,
Mangina Martinez.
Malibu, are you sure?
It's such a unique name, though. Do you find that people tell you that quite a bit?
Yeah, for sure. People are always like, how did you get that? And I have to tell them a story about how my dad cheated on my mom and named me after her. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's great.
Hi, Dad. No.
Yeah.
Chimber stands for tree trunk in Polish. That's just as cool, right?
Where did they get Maddie from? I've never heard that before
well,
either.
Our pet frog was named that before I was around.
You guys are stand-up comedians out in L.A. I met Maddie. I met you when I first moved out here, and we were doing a lot of open mics together. I
remember that.
All around, just
I
traveling
remember the
around.
first time I saw you, actually. We were at Amsterdam Cafe. I don't think I said anything, but I remember you doing... You were new to the town and you're doing crowd work, and I go, who the fuck is this kid doing crowd work at a mic? You're all confident, huh? And
oh, boy. That was the hookah lounge, right?
Yes,
it
was.
That's got to be closed, right?
No, that's still going on.
Still there?
I don't know who runs it, but...
Oh, man, the Amsterdam Cafe. Yeah, that was back when you moved to a new city and you just check the open mic list, and you're like, I'll go to all of them.
No, the funny fact about that place was they would do nachos, but they would just do Lay's with American cheese on them. It's just like they would do chips and cheese, nachos. I'm like, all right, I can do that. And then
that doesn't seem like the caliber of a North Hollywood hookah lounge.
Yeah,
Hey.
That's interesting. Maddie, when you are not doing comedy, what is your day job?
My day job right now, I'm a project manager for a construction company, so I oversee that shit getting built and making sure it's...
Whistle it, ladies.
What's up?
You make sure all the whistling happens
I make
off the
sure
construction
there's
sites.
tons of sexual harassment
In the
on my
right
site.
key, yeah.
Do you wear a hard hat to work?
No, I'm on the job site, or I'm on the office, but I'm just lying about my job.
Yeah.
I wear, it's mainly a cape. No,
Yeah.
no. If you're there, which I usually don't, even with in a pretty intense environment, I was like, I don't want to mess up my hair.
Have you ever thought about wearing a hard hat on stage, kind of like a Village People kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Become the architect comic?
This
He does
whole-
at home.
Yeah.
You know,
Usually.
Tim Allen's shtick needs to come back.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little more focused around wood and hard hats.
Did you love the show Home Improvement as a kid?
I do remember watching it, and I was just like, this show's great. I thought it was awesome. And then you hear I remember when I got older, you hear all these stories about Tim Allen doing coke, and you're like, well, that's not the Tim the Tool Man Taylor. I remember.
Yeah. I always remember they'd go in the garage to work on that hot rod, and I'm like, when are they going to finish this goddamn car?
Dang,
It's
right?
year 4.
And then I'm like, oh, it's like a bonding thing with these kids. It's never finished, like raising your kids.
yeah.
Monterey, what do you do for income right now besides comedy?
I'm a nanny.
Nanny. How many kids?
2 kids, and they're terrible.
How old are they?
They're 11 and 15, which seems like he's 15. Why can't he be home by himself?
Sure.
But he's like, I don't want to say retarded because that's not a polite word, but he's not like actually retarded.
Sure.
He's just like a crazy.
He needs a nanny.
He needs a nanny and a psychologist.
Oh, there is a Will Ferrell movie of Bruin in my head where he's like a 45-year-old man that has a nanny.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of like Step Brothers.
Step Brothers, I get it, but I could see them being like, well, we don't. It's still different enough to make money,
Right?
So.
That'd be fun. You need
I
to
sing to
star
him,
in
I
that.
give him a pot, and then it's fine. Yeah. No, he stole his mom's pot, and then
Really?
for Christmas, I gave him like the smallest
still concerned about.
Yeah.
amount. No, I had a nightmare about it the other day.
I got some weed in my Christmas stocking called Master P
Oh wow!
from one of my family members. I won't say which one, but
Oh
I
my
only
God.
live with 2 women. So figure that out. Yeah, and it wasn't my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's from a place in West Hill, so shout out to them. I might be doing a trivia event at
Oh wow!
their dispensary
Yeah,
at
I
some
should
point.
do a trivia of everybody after they take a hit.
Was it wrapped?
They can. It was in a canister.
It's just loose in
Yeah.
there. You're like, what is this?
It was in a
plant.
baby food jar. I thought it was pretty safe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mixed in with some
With the
baby
DIY design on there.
food. Now, Maddie, you're from the East Coast, Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
We call you a blue blood. Where I'm from, I think.
Damn right. Wait, where are you
From?
Oh, you're from
Chicago.
Chicago.
I know, but
Oh,
nobody
okay.
calls people from
I was
Connecticut
like,
blue
wait,
bloods.
yeah, I was
I don't know
like,
where I
What?
got
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Connecticut is that I think Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the wrestler, his character was supposed to be like an East Coast douchebag when
my
he first
God.
came out. And you remind me of Hunter Hearst Helmsley on and off
Triple
stage.
H was like a big. He would do the
He would
power.
do the-
What
What
was
did
the
he do
one
the-
where he would slam people like this?
Wasn't he the one that
Nope.
did like suck it?
just
Wasn't that
insulting,
him?
right?
Where
He
they
did
do
suck
the
it. That's
where
right.
they're like,
You know
yeah.
what funny story about the suck it is when that was like prime trending.
Yeah.
My grandmother had
Oh,
like
dear.
old women or everybody back in the East Coast. They get Christmas cards from family members, and there was one on the wall, and it was a kid doing the suck it. It was like one of my distant relatives, and my grandma goes, "Oh," I was like, "What is this?" And she goes, "Oh, it's that's your like distant cousin. He's doing karate." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's definitely not doing karate. He's basically telling everyone to suck his balls."
That's
That's
amazing.
hilarious.
Very good. And she's like, and here's his birthday card. It's him chugging beers in a black vest like Stone Cold Steve
Yeah, with
Austin.
one
Yeah.
nut out.
This is him giving a blowjob.
And Monterey, you are from the New York area.
Yep, I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. A lot of snow there, from what I understand.
Yep. We went there actually for Christmas.
Oh,
And
yeah. The two of you.
Yeah.
How did you two meet, you and Maddie?
At a mic.
At a mic.
Just like
Yeah.
me and you, Ryan.
Oh, boy.
See what you could have had?
Well, you are my ex. I don't know if you know that.
Oh,
we
I
dated.
didn't
We
know
literally
that.
used to
Who's
live
the top?
together in this
We
place.
met at the Amsterdam Cafe.
Oh,
we
I
shared
heard this.
shared nachos.
I started the romantic story. Yeah, you had
I wiped the
cheese
American
stuck in your
cheese off his
teeth,
face.
and
Besides his hard hat, what was the thing that really attracted you to Maddie on stage?
I don't know about on stage.
Yeah. Give you a hint. It was hard.
Oh, dear.
Trivia.
Look out.
No, we went to a mic, but then we went to go see someone in the hospital together.
Yeah.
So like there was like a couple comics that went, and so we were in the car, and
We
I
don't
don't
know
know.
the person in the hospital. We just like to visit
Yeah, we just
ill
a
people.
stranger.
Back. Well,
we
I
just
feel better.
forced
Like,
stand-up comedy on people in the hospital.
Sure. You guys were playing a little grab ass in this back seat?
Something about
no, I was
something
driving.
about death really drew us together.
Yeah. was like, you're happy right now, right?
Very good. And now you're Maddie's nanny as well. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
I'm the Will Ferrell
You're the Will
movie you're
Ferrell.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
I'm a grown man. She's my nanny.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about this. I saw on Facebook that you recently went skydiving.
Oh, yeah.
Was that your first time?
It was both. Matt didn't want to
And the
go.
last.
Oh, you went too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
no,
there.
he went too.
And this
Matt,
was when you were in Las Vegas with Drew.
Right.
Drew Lynch.
It
Shout
was
out to
his
Drew Lynch.
idea to,
Kill his friends.
yeah, let's die.
No,
on
Matt
my
was
birthday.
like,
Oh,
Matt was like, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. I was like, no, come on. All of us are going. You have to go. And he was just so against it. And I was like, you're going.
Oh,
and
my
then,
God, it was the most traumatic thing I've
It
ever.
was-
I'm happy I did it.
You have somebody on your back, right?
yeah, of course, yeah. But like the guy that I had was just like, I think he was like ex like military, but like not the United States of America military. He's like ex like some
guy get,
Eastern
like-
European
yeah.
country, and he was
They all get like dishonorable discharge, and then they just go to skydiving
Yeah.
places
In
in
Vegas.
yeah, in Vegas.
he doesn't hit you, but if you like don't put your like arms how he wants, like he will like
Yeah.
manually force them, and you're
Me
like,
and
ow,
my guy were strapped face to face the whole flight.
Oh,
That was
really?
the weird part.
tongues
Sure.
out.
Did you share any nachos on the way down?
Yeah, exactly. We shared a Twizzler, like
That's-
Lady and the Tramp.
Amazing. Now that we know a little bit about you guys, we are going to dive into the topics you gave me. So how this show works is I say, give me 5 things you're into, and I will surprise you with 10 questions about one of those things.
we go.
So Maddie, we'll start with your topics. These are your 5 categories. The first thing you said, college baseball.
Goddamn right.
You were a really good baseball player, or still are.
Well,
He throws pillows at my head still, so
I still got it.
Yeah. What
The
position
Atlanta
did you,
Braves are listening.
what position did you play when
I
you were
was a
rocking?
pitcher. It's weird because I was a pitcher in college, but my whole high school and like earlier career, I wasn't a position player. So in college, I basically lied and just said I pitched my
Yeah.
freshman year, and then I just did well, and then
Sure.
it just turned into me just pitching and doing some cool stuff.
Wouldn't you recommend that most people make lies like that sometimes?
They should do that.
Right? People should do that. I tell
Oh,
people all the
totally.
time. I go, like...
Why are you gonna
not-
tell the truth?
Not even like a little white lie. I go, just lie about something you have enough time to learn by the time it starts.
Right.
That's
what
how
would say.
I sort of got. So, like you mentioned earlier, that I used to do architecture, and now I do construction. And when I interviewed for the construction job,
Yeah.
I lied my face off that whole interview because I knew it was in like a similar field and I can catch on. But like in that interview, he's like, you get this, that, and the other. I'm like, yeah, obviously I know what I'm doing. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I was like, well, like obviously in a bigger job. And I think I said a few things where he's like, what the fuck's he talking about? But for the most part, I was just like, yeah, I got this. And and then you put yourself in this position where you realize that thing is not hard to learn and you kind of figure it out. So with pitching, I was like, it's just throwing a ball. I'm not going to
Yeah.
like throw it the wrong way.
My quick famous story about this is I got to be on How I Met Your Mother. And the central casting, the background company called. They like call you and they're like, can you do this gig? And I was like,
Obviously.
yeah. I go, what's the show? And they're like, How I Met Your Mother. And I'm like, oh my God, it's one of my favorite shows. And it was at the time they thought it was going to be the last season 8. So I was like, this is my last chance to be on the show. And they're like, it says you have to fill out this big profile, and it's like all these things you
All the
can do,
talents.
Right.
like
yeah.
ballet and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I had
I know.
put that I could roller skate. And I've never roller skated in my entire life.
no.
I've
Yeah.
rollerbladed a million times, like
Right.
all 90s kids.
Just move the wheels around. It's the same thing.
Well, that's what I thought. So I'm like, they're like, do you know how to roller skate? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And they're like, now you're not just saying that. We have a lot of people that go, I can do that. And they show up on set, and then it's a big waste of everybody's time. I'm like, I'm looking at my roller skates right now. Like,
Right, yeah.
So then I hang up the phone, and I'm like, okay, I have 3 days to figure out how to be okay on roller skates. So I go to the Moonlight Rollerway in Glendale.
Practice.
Rent a pair of skates. They put outdoor wheels on them for me.
There you go.
And
The rubber.
yeah, and then I just skated around my pool at my complex at my old comedy show that I used to do around my pool
Right.
in the
Oh my
Starlet in
God.
Burbank for like a day.
The people in your building were like, Ryan,
Oh yeah,
huh?
what the hell's going on?
You're
out
just in
there?
cut-off shorts and glitter. Yeah.
I'm going to be on How I Met Your Mother. Like, okay, Ryan.
Yeah, show off the air.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I felt proficient in it. Got to the set, and I was a roller skating hipster. So that was the premise. And I was like, with 3 other people, we were all
You were
dressed
like a featured.
Yeah, like a featured extra or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like Ted was dating a girl who is a hipster, and it's like they got around on roller skates. Like that's how hip they were.
Okay.
And so like we didn't have any lines, but I had a big curly mustache and like a poncho and like weird stuff.
Right.
And anyway, the other 3 were terrible. They lied worse than I did.
Oh,
like
really? That's
amazing.
They all kept falling down, and they're like, we just gotta, but we had to skate from here to the counter, like 3 feet,
Oh, wow.
So, and then they're like, all right, cut. So I was fine. And people were asking me tips. Like, how do you
hell
how do
yeah.
you stop? And it was
Crazy
crazy.
that move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up going great. And the lie led to the episode being advertised during the Super Bowl.
Oh,
and
wow.
the clip that they advertised was Ted's dating a hipster, and it was her with us behind her.
Oh, wow.
Everybody that Super Bowl was like, dude, I saw you on How I Met Your Mother. And I'm
wow,
like,
that's awesome.
well, that lie and the $40 that cost me
how
this.
it paid
I mean,
off.
I probably made like $65, but like,
Right after
or I think
everything.
because it was featured, I think I made like $150, but like it was
nice.
$40 to rent the skates.
Right.
So like that little lie got me on a Super Bowl commercial technically, which is
Right.
crazy and didn't lead to ultimately anything
But
else.
like, just look at how
Yeah.
where you. It's not even like a bad lie. It's just
Right.
the one where you trust yourself enough to be like, I'll figure it out.
Right.
It's not like they're like, can you fly a plane? You're like, obviously.
yeah. Your next topic was 90s rap.
Oh man, I love old.
You love it? Like
I don't like old. We watched a documentary on it where it's like, no offense, like when it first started in the '80s,
Sure.
like it was just too like
Hippity hop
yeah,
rap,
it
the
was
rippity
just, like,
rap.
ba-
That stuff.
basic
Yeah.
rap. But like once it started, catch. Once they got it and they, develop like rhythm around like the flows and all that. Look at me being white. Look at the flow, technically. The African American flow.
I rolled my eyes.
developed
You're
Times.
talking your Tupac, your Biggie, your Coolio, right?
Oh dear.
Coolio.
You put those all together?
Another funny thing about Coolio is like I remember like when gangster rap I was like really young,
Mm-hmm.
and what was that movie with him?
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds.
And
Yeah,
I remember
Michelle
like
Pfeiffer.
hearing the and then I remember like that song genuinely scaring me because I saw like there was a clip for Dangerous Minds
my
where some
gosh.
kid was getting jumped and I'm like
A lot of
that's
shadows, a lot of faces
yeah,
coming
a
out
lot
of
of
shadows.
shadows.
It was
a lot of
terrifying, but
spotlight.
She sits on the chair
it
backwards.
was one of those things looking
Yeah.
back now I like it, but in the moment it's freaked me out.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Dude,
What-
definitely like
you-
older.
Do you have a favorite song that gets you in the something mood? I don't know.
I know.
For
I've heard
like
some.
not like older rap, obviously I try to listen to stuff going on today, but like 93 Till Infinity is like probably, or Mass Appeal by Gangstar. Gangstar is the man.
I don't even know what those last things you said were. That's how white
We're
you
gonna
thought.
take a
You thought you were white.
musical intermission. I can rap it if you
I'm
guys
gonna eat.
want.
I'm gonna eat these dill sea salt Triscuits real quick.
I'm discussing rap while eating dill Triscuits.
Triscuits with homemade
Me and my
hummus.
homies like to rap about Glocks.
Dill Triscuits would be a great rap name with a Z. Like Dill Triscuits.
Yes.
Tartlets is what I'm
Seafood tartlets.
Seafood tartlets.
Your next topic: cooking.
I love
Speaking
cooking.
of seafood tartlets,
I actually cooking. I don't know what it is. I just enjoy the process of like throwing all these things together, being kind of like each ingredient. Look at as like how you modify it, whether you're cutting or cooking, and I just love the idea of like putting. I think it's the architect thing coming into
not
play.
unlike building a building.
So yeah, building you a scrumptious bite.
Sure. The recipe is the blueprints.
Exactly. So
Monterey, out of 10, what do you give Maddie's cooking skills?
Oh, of 10 for sure.
Really?
He's really amazing. He literally home makes like pasta. He'll home
Really?
make
listeners,
soup.
please.
He home makes. Yesterday he made a homemade like beef sushi.
Really?
So he made
Okay,
like
let's
sushi.
get it
yeah.
right if we're gonna discuss it. No, I'm
Oh
just
God.
kidding.
No, he will like if I'm cutting something, like
Yeah.
if I'm trying to make him something, if he's like sick, he'll like literally just stand up and then just be like, actually do it like this. And I'm like, I just give up
Because-
now. He does
One, it's for safety reasons. Two,
I'm not like
when I see
holding the
people
knife.
like when I see people holding something wrong and try to cut it with like a steak knife, I just like it. I lose my mind.
He
I can't.
can't.
Like my old roommates I lived with, like yo, let's cook dinner tonight. All right, cool. And I like kind of like I'm doing my thing and I finish and I look at everyone else and I'm just like, I don't want to eat what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
You would hate me because I don't even, if I don't use like napkins or like a knife.
Good, because we ran out of
I
them.
just use like the side of my, like whatever the simplest, quickest thing for all things
there
is.
you go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I swear, I swear to God, I wipe my hand across my mouth 99% of the time, and I use a napkin the other 1% of the time.
Dude, I see, but the eating thing doesn't bother me. If I watch you prepare a meal and you're gonna like mash an onion and claim it's minced, I'm gonna fight you in the
yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah, that would be a
That's
real
him.
But
dick
what I made
move.
yesterday, which I Googled and I
dear.
nothing came up, was a short rib. Because you get sushi, it's that clump of rice. It's not sushi like roll.
Yeah.
It's sushi like where it's
The
the clump of
pieces,
rice
yeah.
and the fish over it. But I did short rib over the rice, and then I made it. So
It was
So
really
you made
good.
sticky rice.
I made sushi rice
Sushi
straight
rice,
up. I have
yeah.
it in the cabin. It was $9.
Wow.
I'll drop
really?
money on ingredients.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you got that Super Ralph's down the street.
Oh
That's
yeah.
like,
that
it's like,
one on
it's like a
Hazeltine.
mall that
Emporium.
happens to have a Ralph's.
Right.
Things
Yeah.
that I never even heard of there.
Oh, it's crazy.
Right.
There's like a club in there.
Oh my
Right.
god, just discussing weird things.
There's
so
a
what's up with that
bouncer, yeah.
lemongrass? That in season or what?
My biggest thing in cooking lately, I add truffle oil to
Oh my God.
quesadillas.
I'm jealous.
That's it. That's all. That's
That's
it.
classic.
I mean, I make a quesadilla every other day.
Truffle oil is expensive too.
Yeah, I got that white truffle. from World Market.
Is it olive oil flavored like white truffle though?
No, it's straight. It was like $18 for the bottle.
Oh my God, you're just dropping
But
it
it's
on,
just
like
like
nuggets.
it's like drip, 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 and then it makes every meal taste like a gourmet meal.
Right.
Just a
That's
little
a great
truffle
idea.
oil.
Matt's gonna go.
There you go,
with truffle
listeners.
oil now.
Quesadilla with truffle oil.
No, you should do like you should come up with a restaurant idea where it's really like typically deemed trashy food.
Mac and cheese, but with truffle oil.
But do it like how you say, where it's kind of, I don't know.
Sure.
Like a sloppy Joe with truffle. Sorry for interrupting you guys.
Growing up, my parents, this was a weird thing. When we made Kraft mac and cheese dinner, my dad's mom, so my grandma, used to mix. They wouldn't ever use the orange packet. They'd like throw that out, or they'd put it in the fridge or something. So she'd make the noodles, then she'd make like a flour mixture that was just like a white sauce, but it was like tasteless. I don't know why they did it. It just like put a coating, almost like Velveeta shells and cheese, but it was like a white cheese, but it wasn't even cheese. It was just like a coating.
Right.
And then my dad would take the powder and sprinkle it on top and eat it like dry.
Oh.
It was the grossest thing. But like
It seems like so many unnecessary steps.
so many unnecessary
I
steps.
had a boyfriend who used to put tuna fish in his mac and cheese.
I've heard of that. That's
disgusting.
That's a little gross. But so I grew up until I was like 8, until I had mac and cheese at somebody else's house, and I'm like, why is it all mixed? Why is it orange? Why is it all mixed in?
You're used to that.
And they're like, what do you do?
Right.
I'm like, you sprinkle the powder on top. They're like, it was just like you eat dry powder.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I guess that is weird.
They're like, did you grow up in an abandoned building?
With ramen, where they'll eat the ramen noodle brick raw and sprinkle the flavoring on it and bite
weird.
it like
Like a
that.
People like that, I'm like, were you involved in a war? And like, there
Yeah,
was
it's like
no
rationing
power?
food, right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was like getting excited where you're like, yeah, my grandmother throws that orange shit
Yeah, I
away and
thought she
then
was
makes
like,
something, and I was like, yeah, tell me about
yeah.
the
Oh no, yeah, it got way worse.
You literally just you nosedive that into the ground. You're like, yeah, then we put like, just dip it
Arsenic.
in sauce.
We would just put rat poison on it. It was
put
Yeah.
jelly on
And then
it.
we took a bath with my dad. Yeah.
Yeah, it just gets weird.
Yeah.
We all climbed in the tub. We all slept in one bed like the Willy Wonka grandparents.
Right.
Still had the truffle oil.
My mom would
Right.
stir the clothes to wash them in a big pot. It was great.
Yeah.
Your next topic was architecture,
Yeah.
which is great. We've talked a lot about that.
That is my undergrad degree, and that is my.
And your bio does say building laughs one joke at a time. I forgot. No,
Does it say
No,
that?
No.
Is that my business card?
I was like,
No.
what bio? I need to see this immediately.
I know how to architect a laugh. I get fired. They're like, "What are you doing?"
And your last topic was painting and painters.
I love art and drawing. I don't
Sure.
like do it as much as I could, but
Yeah.
growing up, I always like painted and drew, and it's definitely one of those things where it's like I wish I had more time to do it, but
Do you do any? Is it like original stuff, or would you do like a picture
No,
of
just-
Spider-Man or something?
no Spider-Man. I would draw. Actually, growing up, I would draw comic book like trading cards. I would draw those, like,
Yeah.
But painting wise, it would be. I would either make something up or like try to copy a picture I saw. So
Interesting. I can only draw Garfield. That's about it. And
Garfield's-
Krang from Ninja Turtles, the little pink
Krang.
blob.
There you go.
Super easy.
nice.
That's all I got.
That's great.
Yeah, but if you have any art that I can give away as trivia prizes, send it my way.
Dude, at home, I would gladly. The coolest thing had happened was my buddy, when he was in undergrad still, he used one of my paintings for an art like theory class as like to write a paper about.
Yeah.
And the teacher asked him. It got out that it was. Oh, he's like, oh, that's my friend's painting, and the teacher wanted to buy it off me.
Oh, that's pretty. Did you sell it?
No, because I felt like I was like, no, like
Wow.
I bet if he was like, can I have it? I'd probably be like, sure. But if he's like, can I buy it off him? Like, this means it's worth something.
I had like a friend of a friend message me one time in college. I had written an Office spec script of when that show was super popular.
Right.
And I think I posted it online like, hey, read my script, because I'm like, I don't know what else to do with this.
TV the next week.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this kid goes, hey, man, I used your script and got an A for one of my classes in college. Thanks.
You're like,
and I'm like,
what
fuck
the
you, dude.
hell? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't even know what class you write a script for, but
Yeah,
like,
right.
unless you like are in a script writing class, which is why would you use somebody else's?
Right,
But
if that's what
he
you're
somehow
trying to
got
do.
some kind of credit for it, and then just told me
Well,
afterwards.
shout out
which
to
was
that
interesting.
kid. I hope you're listening. You did.
Yeah, you piece of shit. All right. Your topics, Monterey. Let's get into these. The first one, classic dance.
Yep, I grew up dancing. That's how my dad paid for child support. He would pay for my dance classes.
And those are expensive, aren't they?
Yeah,
So-
in Buffalo, not so much.
okay.
But yeah, they're just like,
Yeah.
there's no teachers. You just, look at yourself in the mirror.
Do you have
No.
siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Any of them dance as well?
My sister did for a little bit, but she would skip dance class all the time because she
Yeah.
was like smoking cigarettes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So eventually, she didn't make it to the recital.
yeah.
But yeah, I love dance.
Very
I watch
cool.
it on YouTube like all the time.
Do you still find yourself in any kind of dancing scenario nowadays?
If I'm drunk and I'm like at a club, then I'll just
Or every day.
Or every day? Just dancing around the
I
house?
twerk in front of Matt all the time.
There's a lot of space in this apartment to do some dancing. It almost looks like a dance floor right in front of me.
Right.
Oh, it is every day at noon. I watch it on FaceTime.
Ooh, live stream it. That could be your niche.
Exactly.
The architect and the dancer.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of tarot cards.
dance floors and you dance on them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Just
business.
unique dance floors.
Unique dance floors for unique dancers. I love it. Your next topic was celebrity gossip.
Celebrity gossip. I feel like unfortunately, it's just like you're bored or something or
Yeah.
at work and there's something slow and it's just like, I don't know why that's the thing to do.
I wouldn't even say I'm into gossip, but there are times in a workday where I'm like tmz.com. What am I doing? I'm like, am I actually going to the site to see if there's anything going on?
Right. See, I go on it'll be like on YouTube, they have these little like clips and stuff, and then
Yeah.
it'll be like 2 hours goes by, and I'm just like, what? Did she say that? Did Selena better not? And then I have to tell myself, I'm like, go meditate, you stupid bitch.
The big thing I was going this last year was because TMZ seems to be the number one source for celebrity deaths. Like they report them all first, or like the biggest celebrity stuff.
Right.
So it's like when I heard like today, actually, Superfly Jimmy Snuka died, the wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
He was huge in the 70s and 80s. He jumped off the top of the cage in Madison Square Garden for this huge picture moment. Like that, like was one of the first times people
That's how
did
he
that.
died?
No.
Oh, I was like, Jesus.
He got super old, but he like was brain dead. Like
He tried doing it.
he had a couple months to live a couple months ago, and then he like died, I think, yesterday.
Oh, wow.
But he was also in a murder trial for murdering his girlfriend in the 80s.
Oh, my God.
And he was unfit for trial. So it's kind of like a weird, cloudy.
Right.
Like you're like sad he's gone, but you're like, well, what if he killed his girlfriend? So, I
Yeah.
don't know. It was bizarre, but yeah, I found myself going to TMZ to see if that was like legit because I saw somebody posted
Well,
on
obviously
Facebook.
they know.
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, and I'm like, they
Exactly.
probably, and they did. It was right at the top. It was like Superfly,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
And then they even signed it for you. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, this is for you. Yeah. Your next topic would probably fit in the celebrity gossip, 90s divas.
90s divas. I can't sing I thought I could sing for the
Yeah.
longest time in my life, and I would record myself and I would force my friends to listen to it.
Sure.
So I always
Now that's
thought-
called YouTube.
Yeah. Hey, that.
And I was always like, why aren't my friends complimenting me? And I just assumed they were all jealous.
Yeah.
And it was
She's
because
dancing.
I was terrible. But I love singers. Like I literally look up Whitney Houston's Star Spangled Banner at
Sure.
it was the Bills, 92, 91 or 92. And it was the Bills at the Super Bowl because we went 4 years in a row. But yeah, I always watch her singing the anthem and I cry almost every time. But I love singers. Yeah.
I found myself like from 25 on, like I never was impressed with singing, and then something clicked. Kind of like how you get a new taste for a new food. You've always had like
Oh my
onions or
god,
something.
I think it's the coolest.
Right.
thing
And I'm
ever.
like, man, like I get like chills almost when anybody sings and it's not terrible. I'm like,
Right.
oh man, how do they do that? Like I'm
Imagine
so
going
in
to, like,
awe.
Imagine go to a karaoke, like you're just a guy in like a shitty coat, and then you get
Yeah.
up and just
In a
belt
shitty
one
coat.
song, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god!"
You know
and then
what's
you just
the-
leave, and they're like,
You ever see those like
Auditions?
Jewel goes undercover and she puts all this
no.
makeup on and
See, I
she
would
looks
love to-
she looks like kind of an overweight like HR worker and she like goes to a karaoke bar and sings Jewel and they're like
Oh my God.
like kind of laughing at her at first and then she belts into it and they're like, oh my god, and they're all freaking out and then
Dude.
she like rips the face off and then they all go nuts. It was
wow.
such a cool
I love
cool
"What
watching
if they she ripped their
auditions.
face off and they just like thought it was somebody else?"
I love what is that?
Danny DeVito.
Oh god.
She's like, "No, it's me."
That's a better video.
Her fucking tooth falls out.
Oh dear.
New age wellness was your next topic.
Yeah, I didn't know how to sum it up. I like anything
You mentioned meditation earlier.
yeah, I meditate and I do affirmations, like collect crystals, I read tarot.
Tarot, yeah.
But
My-
I'm not like creepy about it.
I got my mother-in-law tarot set called the Housewife's Tarot.
Oh,
and
my
it's
God.
all like themed around that.
Yeah.
And
How
it's
would
all
you tell
50s and stuff.
future with
They're like, you got the bitch. That
Yeah.
means your period's coming.
your Tamra.
They pull a tarot card they have like a business where they sell leggings out of the house under this name LuLaRoe. It's like a
Your
my mother-in-law, my wife.
wow.
So
Cool.
they have a group and like they do most of the sales on Facebook and it's kind of like buying wholesale and then reselling, but they only make so many prints of each thing and
Right.
it's like if you like I collect toys, so it's like that but for leggings. You know,
Right.
it's like you can only find certain prints in your size and whatever.
Oh, wow.
But they to get their day going, they have a deck of tarot cards. I think they're fairy themed.
Oh, I have the fairy ones.
Yeah. And they pull one and then they write down which one they pulled on that day.
Right.
And they pull the same ones like every week. Like
Oh,
it's like
wow.
they like match up the days. Like and her mom's
What
really
the
into
hell?
that.
Yeah.
She's like
Oh, me too.
she sees a lot of stuff and she she reports on a lot of things. She, like, every time we move out of a new house, she's like, I'm glad you guys moved out because I used to see some ghost ass shit in that house. And we're like, oh, really?
God.
So I don't ask her about anything
Smoking
right
that
now.
Master P, ma.
Yeah.
I see things.
The most recent thing, I was in the garage, and we always hear weird shit in the garage. We have a cat that sleeps in the garage next to a heater. Like, he never leaves.
Is he fat?
Sounds like
He's 16. He's like, yeah, he's not super fat, but he's just like, he sleeps on the box.
out of here.
Yeah.
But there's like, I was in there and he wasn't even in there, and I heard walking on the roof. I'm like, what the hell is that?
No way.
So then Annabelle, my daughter, comes in and she's like, Daddy, and I'm like, or she goes, what's that? And I was like, I think it's bears. And she's like, bears. So now every time she goes in the garage, she's like, oh, bears. But she says bales. So she's like, oh, bales on the roof, bales. But what happened was I went.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah, so she's on that Master P. So I walked into the backyard when I heard the steps. 6 raccoons on the roof.
Oh my
God.
Whoop, like they did the double take and then took off across the whole roof and then ran up into a tree. So it was like 6 raccoons about to like have an orgy on the roof.
Bug commercial right there.
Oh, it was crazy. It was wild. So what are some other things, like what do you get out of doing the New Age wellness stuff?
Well, one, like I always use it, like if I have allergies or I'm sick, or like I always use like a holistic approach to like heal myself. I don't like
essential
taking
oils, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Like essential oils, or I'll make like certain drinks or something.
Do you ever, like, if he's sick, are you like, you gotta rub his throat?
I made him. It's called golden milk. It's like a turmeric type of like tea.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, listening, it's delicious.
Did it help you?
I think so. She
Yeah.
made it one time actually at work. She puts like peppermint oil like around my
temples and your nasal passages.
People can't see this, but one of the side effects of golden milk is it gives you a neck beard. I don't know if is that right?
It is thick.
Yeah.
Maddie's got a neck beard. Your last topic, conspiracy theories.
Oh, boy,
yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'll leave the room.
I once thought I was solving something at one point, because I remember like the first time I found out about the mafia as a kid. I remember being like so like, you know, enthralled by that, and then as I got older, and I remember the first time hearing Illuminati, I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then it just this whole Pandora's box, and
I think you can really go down.
Oh my God. At one point I had notes. I had like notes. Like I have a notebook still. I think I like threw it out because I was so embarrassed. But I had like a notebook. Like I would like tape up some stuff. Yeah. I would like tape things up, and I was like, what am I solving? And I was like scared to use my cell phone. I'm like, they're watching me because they know I'm onto them. Can
you dispel any, what were you trying to crack? What was that?
Have you cracked anything? Yes. And then that's a follow-up to
see, it's like, you're like, what is the point of any of it? For me, I was always trying to figure out, I'm like, what is their point? Like, what are they trying to do? Like, is the New World Order coming or not?
Gotcha.
But yeah, I've never solved anything, clearly. But what I have taken out of it, one thing, I was like, if anyone's like wrapped up in conspiracy theories or YouTube, it's like, you can't live your life in fear. So that was like one thing I had to take from that. I had to just be like, even if there is all this crazy shit going on, I was like, you're still in your day-to-day life and it doesn't matter. And I was like, they would win if you just let fear be like, oh, do you know that this is in our food? And do you know this is in our water? It's like, yeah, it is. That's not a conspiracy theory, but it's like,
who has a Band-Aid over the camera on the laptop. I don't live my life in fear.
I don't live it in fear.
It's a Dora the Explorer Band-Aid over
it's a nude Band-Aid. No, they can tap into any of your stuff. And I'm just like, you're not going to watch me naked, you pervs.
You're not going to see any of these dance moves.
Yeah.
I love it. Maddie, build me the floor.
Yeah. Got it.
So those are your 5 topics from each of you. And now that we know, I feel like everything about both of you. Very in depth. We're going to reveal the topics that we chose. Maddie, for you, we're going to be doing architecture trivia.
Nice.
And Monterey, we're going to be doing conspiracy theory trivia.
Oh, perfect.
So get excited. We're going to go back and forth. This is how the show works.
You're going to cause a fight.
Yeah. You guys are going to be broken up by the end of this thing.
Yep.
We are going to go back and forth with the topics. So we'll start with Maddie's architecture topic. You'll buzz in using a buzz-in word that you both use. So what's a fun 1 or 2 syllable word? Do you have anything like a pet name for each other?
Poopy.
Or like
Poopy.
Poopy?
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so poopy will be the buzz-in word.
Like we both are on page.
Yeah. So when you got to wait for the whole question to be read, then say poopy, and then if you get your topic right, you get 1 point. If you get the other person's topic right, you get 2 points. And we're going to dive right into it right now. This is the Trivia Showdown.
Trivia Showdown.
Okay, so we're going to start with Maddie's architecture.
Are these multiple choice
questions? No.
Is there any all of the aboves?
There is one. There's one that has like like 2 choices. So if you miss it, then the other person could very easily get it. I think there's only one of those though. Okay, so this is architecture trivia.
Nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Question number 1. So you're buzzing in with the word poopy after the whole question's been read. On How I Met Your Mother, which character was an architect?
Poopy.
Right.
Wait, I don't know any of their names. What's his face? I know his name.
Just need his first name.
How long do you
What,
get?
like his real person? He's the guy that hosts all the shows. And he's gay. Neil Patrick Harris.
He's on that show, and he was not the architect.
Poopy.
Yes,
Ted.
it was Ted.
Oh,
so that's 1
Suck
point
my
for
poopy.
1 point for Maddie. Did you watch a lot of that show?
I did not, but
I don't
everybody
know.
told me about
Because
it.
of it. Yeah.
I've never watched an episode.
And you can watch season 8.
So why'd you think the gay
Ring
man was
Up?
the architect?
No, he's not gay on the show, right?
Neil Patrick Harris? No.
Yeah, no, he's
gay
straight
all the time.
No, he's straight. I've watched actually like 2 episodes. In the one episode,
really
they
like
mentioned
that show.
Buffalo. No big deal.
I was on a season 8 episode as a hipster. No big deal. Here's question number 1 for conspiracy
Roller derby
theories. Conspiracy theories. Number 1. What American labor union worker disappeared in 1975 whose body was never found? What American
I've had him
labor
already.
union worker disappeared in 1975 whose body was never found? It's a famous one. They always say the body of this person. It's like a joke in things.
Oh, Poopy
Yes.
is a female singer, Janis Joplin.
It's not.
No, because she had an overdose. Just kidding.
I can say whatever
So
I
now
want.
Maddie gets a guess.
Poopy.
Yes. Any guesses?
Selena.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
we're
sounds
looking for there.
familiar.
Yeah.
I just said it.
In Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey finds the body of Jimmy Hoffa like as a joke because he could do everything.
Bruce Almighty's supposed to be filmed in Buffalo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
right,
it's
we
a
get
Buffalo
it.
news.
I feel like
yeah.
you know everything about Buffalo.
I know. I should have
Buffalo
put
That's the way
Buffalo.
the cookie
yeah.
crumbles. Hey.
Yeah.
It's 1-0. Maddie's up with 1 point. Here's
As it
question number
should
2 for architecture. In what country would you find the Guggenheim Museum?
Poopy.
Yeah. What country is the Guggenheim in?
That is England.
Incorrect. Monterey.
Germany.
The answer is Spain. It's in Spain. It doesn't seem based on that name. It does seem like a
Right. Yeah.
Germany.
It seems like a
or-
total
yeah, yeah.
German or Swedish.
It's in Spain, from what Wikipedia did.
I hated
Number 2, conspiracy questions. On what everyday item would you find the Eye of Providence?
Poopy.
Maddie.
Dollar bill.
Dollar bill. It's the eye at the
Jesus
top of
Christ.
the pyramid, and that's 2 points for you because you stole it from Monterey because that's her topic. So it's the dollar bill. It's that. It's that eye at the
I'm
top.
sad dance.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the color knocked
Eye
out
of
of your
Providence.
Just kidding.
Question number 3 for architecture. What's older? This is the one that has 2 possible. Okay. What's older? England's Stonehenge or Rome's Colosseum?
Poopy.
Maddie's first.
Stonehenge.
It is Stonehenge. That's 1 point. 4-0 right now. But if you steal a few here, Monterey, you can come back very easily and
I
get
don't
some
know anything about architecture.
of your own.
It could, and apparently not conspiracy theories.
Number 3. Who's the female lead in the 90s Mel Gibson movie Conspiracy Theory? Who's the female lead in the 90s Mel Gibson
Poopy.
movie? Yes.
Helen Hunt.
Incorrect. That's What Women Want.
Oh,
but it
fuck.
came out right around that time. Maddie,
Poopy.
any guesses? Patrick Stewart is the bad guy in this.
Neil Patrick Harris.
The answer is Julia Roberts.
He's gay. He's
Julia
gay in that
Roberts.
too.
I didn't even know that was a movie.
Oh my god! I saw her face and I couldn't think of
Ooh,
her.
you had a psychic moment.
Number
New Age
4
wellness.
for architecture. Frederick August Bartholdi made what famous statue? Famous statue.
Say that again.
Frederick August Bartholdi made what famous statue?
Poopy.
Yes. Any guesses? Famous statue.
Famous statue. The Statue of Liberty.
That is correct. So that's a
Oh,
one more
you
point for
guessed
Maddie.
so
He's got
bad.
5.
God damn
and
it, I'm
here
losing
comes
so bad.
Monterey for question number 4. What was added to water in the 50s with some people thinking it was an Illuminati scam?
Poopy. Fluoride.
That's right. There it is. 1 point.
I had
It's not a shutout. I've never had a shutout. So that's good.
You,
I
Ma.
love Number 5. We're on the side of architecture. Either you can buzz in with the word poopy. Number 5. Despite its name, what is the largest movie theater in the world with over 5,000 seats located in New York City?
Oh my
Poopy.
god.
Maddie. So despite its name, so it doesn't sound like it would be a movie theater, if that makes any sense.
Poopy. Madison Square Garden.
I already said poopy.
No. No, because that's the.
Can you read that one more time?
Yeah. Despite its name, what is the largest movie theater in the world with over 5,000 seats located in New York City?
Regal Cinema.
Movie.
The cinema.
I know I'm wrong.
It is Radio City Music Hall. Radio City Music Hall.
I
See what
get
I did there? Hey, all right. Number 5, conspiracy theories. What was the name of the documentary suggesting 9/11 was an inside job?
Poopy. Zeitgeist.
I'll give you that.
Oh, is that the name? I was thinking of a different one.
Oh, there's two. Poopy. Fahrenheit 9/11.
Still thinking of a different one.
Poopy, loose change.
Loose Change was the one I was thinking of.
God.
But
She was right.
Zeitgeist is another famous one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Fahrenheit 9/11.
All right, so I'm giving Monterey those points. She's got 2,
For the
Maddie's
record,
5.
you guys heard me do it right. And I make a delicious soup with no truffle oil.
I just drink the truffle. That's the soup. I just drink truffle
You
oil.
smell like truffle oil.
Number 6, here it is. What for architecture, in what movie series would you find a white bearded man surrounded by TVs named the Architect?
Oh, wait.
White bearded man surrounded by TVs named the Architect.
Poopy.
What movie
The
series?
Matrix.
It is The Matrix. So that's 1 point. 6-2. Maddie's up
You're
by
thinking
4.
outside the box with these is great.
Yeah.
Well, you got to keep it pop culture-y, So here it is. Number 6. What famous director, this is for conspiracy theories, what famous director was often associated with helping fake the moon landings? Who did they say directed the whole footage?
Poopy.
What do you think?
Wait, if it. Oh.
No longer with us, so not around anymore. People still think this person was directing the moon landings. Who do you think?
Poopy Hitchcock.
Hitchcock, great guess. Incorrect, though. Maddie. He's thinking it over. He's got glasses on. I feel like that he thinks he's smarter with those on. They put him to the bottom of his nose.
There's no prescription.
There's no lenses.
Nothing. That's literally Poopy. I don't know.
It is Stanley
Poopy Coppola.
Stanley Kubrick from like The
I don't
Shining
know. I
and
was just
stuff.
guessing.
Stanley Kubrick. Here it is, number 7, I believe. Yeah, number 7 for architecture. What famous U.S. building has 132 rooms?
Famous U.S.
That's very vague.
What famous U.S. building has 132 rooms?
Poopy. The White House.
It is the White House. That's right. So that's 7-2.
I'm a monster.
You're
Anybody
just
out there that
guessing.
wants to go at this? With
I was
me?
thinking about doing like taking the people that win each episode and
Right.
doing like a
Super Bowl?
like a super
like
trivia.
flappers.
Yeah.
Matt's going to get stabbed before then, so.
This is number 7 on
What a winner.
conspiracy theories. Who died August 1977, but is reported live to this day?
Poopy.
Poopy Tupac.
I said it first.
Maddie?
Elvis.
It is Elvis. That's
Oh, I
2
was like,
points. That's
Isn't he
9-2.
album still?
I watch X-Files when Monterey goes to sleep.
Very good. Very good. Number 8 up here for architecture. In what state would you find Mount Rushmore?
Poopy.
I'm going to give it to Monterey.
That's fine.
What do you got, Monterey?
Poopy. It's, fuck, is it not West Virginia?
Is that your guess?
It's, or is it North Carolina?
Phone a friend.
West Virginia or North Carolina?
Both incorrect. Maddie?
Poopy. North Dakota.
Incorrect. South Dakota.
Oh,
it is
it's
South
Carolina, right?
Dakota. South
Oh,
Dakota.
South Dakota. Oh.
South Carolina.
I thought it was somewhere. Oh my God, I'm retarded.
That is one of those questions like you think you know and then you
No,
have
right.
no idea.
I thought
I
it
would
was
have got
in
kicked
Virginia
off
or West
How to Be a
Virginia.
Millionaire because I was going to say final answer.
Number 8, conspiracy theories. What state contains Area 51?
Poopy.
Yeah.
Goddamn New Mexico.
Incorrect.
Is it Arizona?
Poopy, Nevada.
It is Nevada.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's 11-2.
I thought it was yours. You actually helped me.
It is Nevada. It's in the big section of Nevada. Here is number 9 for architecture. What fictional TV character always lied about being an architect when asked his job?
Poopy.
Yeah.
George Costanza.
That's right. That's 1 point for Maddie.
Who was that?
George Costanza.
From Seinfeld, George. She would always say, I'm an
Said the
architect.
Guggen. He did the addition on the Guggenheim and quote, it didn't take that long.
Here is number 9. This is a new one. I don't know. This is one I stumbled across recently as a conspiracy theory, and I've been reading about it, and it's insane. You got to find the Reddit thread about it.
Okay.
Okay. What comedian is part of a brand new conspiracy stating he was in a genie movie that never existed?
Poopy. Cat Williams.
That's a great guess. I want to see that movie. That's incorrect, though. What do you think, Maddie?
Poopy.
Poopy Martin Lawrence. I'm just kidding.
That's the Black Knight. Or was that the
Yeah, Black Knight.
Yeah, this is the movie.
The comedian
cinema.
that said he was in a genie movie.
Well, no, people are. This is. Well, I'll let you guess, and then I'll tell you more about it. Any guesses?
So read it one more time. I apologize.
What comedian is part of a brand new conspiracy stating he was in a genie movie that never existed? This is a weird one.
Can I ask a clarification?
No.
Clarification? I'm so smart. I just
Can I
make
ask
up
a
words.
clarification?
No. All right.
The answer is Sinbad.
I saw
Sinbad.
that.
So yeah, this is like a thing.
There's a lot of
Oh my
comedians who
gosh.
are in conspiracy, like
Somebody
Cat
just
Williams,
posted about that,
Martin
too.
Lawrence.
So there's a movie called Kazam with
Kazam,
Shaq.
Yeah, I knew that.
But like people are saying, no, I know about Kazam. Like they're like there's people who have been like, I've seen Kazam, I love Kazam, I know
Right.
everything about Kazam. But there's a separate genie movie starring Sinbad
Right.
as a genie.
Yeah.
And Sinbad's like, I was never in a genie movie.
Yeah.
So like, but people are saying that it's like it was filmed and it was in some video stores, but like Sinbad had it taken off the shelf because he was so embarrassed with it.
I was going to say that totally sounds familiar because I remember seeing that movie as a kid.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a weird thing where you're like, did I see that, or am I thinking of the other thing?
He was a bodyguard. I remember that movie.
no,
First Kid. He was First Kid. Yeah, and House Guest. He had a
What
good
that
run.
reminds me of is the theory that there's time travel because of the Berenstein Bears thing.
Oh,
Have you heard of that? Where
That's another common, a new one.
where everybody remembers it being spelled one way, and then when you look at whenever you look it up, it's spelled like.
But that's a stupid one. You're like,
That would be a
What about,
weird
like, the-
thing of all the things to go back and switch.
I
in
know,
time.
right?
You're like, what about like the Bermuda Triangle
Or the
something?
Holocaust.
Yeah, right.
You got to fix that title.
Kid's book is really bugging me.
Here we go. Number 10. This is the last architecture question. In what Adam Sandler movie is his character an architect?
Oh, I got this poopy click.
Oh, good job. That was a
I
tough
don't know
one.
any of these goddamn.
I remember that one because it pissed me off because it was ugly as shit that he designed.
That is
Tiki. He wanted the promotion because of that like Tiki resort, and I'm like, you're not that. That was disgusting.
I never would have known that until I saw the screenshot of famous movie architects.
And then he
like I looked
farted
at
in
it today and I was like, what?
David Hasselhoff's face for that one.
Oh,
dear.
boy. Click made me cry the first time
That was
I saw
a
it.
terrible, like, I went in thinking it
That's
was all
the one
fun.
with the remote?
Dude,
Yeah.
it was like when he was on the ground
He dies, right?
Yeah,
or whatever that was, when his
son's
family
wedding,
comes back and they're like crying.
And the Cranberries are playing live.
And then they try to like jump back to like, we're Goofy again. He fell asleep.
That scene is like more dramatic than most drama movies.
Anything
like,
I've ever
Right.
seen.
I remember like literally crying watching it on video, and I'm like,
Oh my God,
And then,
I was in the
and then like
movies.
Christopher Walken has a goofy remote again, and you're like, what?
Dude, and then at the end of the movie, he like ran into Christopher Walken again, and they were like, they try to egg him on. I'll go, fucking kill that guy.
Oh, kill him. Yeah. And then there's a weird part where they cut to all these bad things are happening, and they cut to Christopher Walken, and he says, "I'm the Black Angel of Death." And it's
that's
like it's a
creepy.
part
I
of the
don't
movie where you're
remember
like,
that part.
and then they never talk about it again. But it's like
That movie's weird.
it's a really
Illuminati.
bizarre movie.
That's
yeah,
come on,
Illuminati
right, do your
directed.
research on that one. Conspiracy theories.
This is the last question, number 10. Not super conspiracy-ish, but kind of. I thought it'd be kind of fun to leave on this one. What band was found to be lip-syncing their hit song, Girl You Know It's True, in Connecticut in the early 90s? They had a hit song called Girl You Know It's True, and at a live show, it was like, Girl You Know It's girl, true, 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 and it got all jacked
the
up.
Track skipped.
And they had won a Grammy, and I think they had to give it back.
They want to. Oh, it's an early '90s.
Early 90s. It's not really a band. It's more of like a duo, you know.
Oh, but Milli Vanilli.
It is Milli Vanilli.
would
There
not
you
know
go. So the score right there, 313. So it is a
Jesus
steep
Christ.
game. So Maddie is going to win this one because the next thing is worth 2 points, and then the last thing is worth 3 points. So you could still get some glory back, Monterey. But Maddie is the winner, and he poured himself some wine to celebrate early.
Oh, the king is going to celebrate.
So it's 13-3 right now,
chalice.
and we'll see what happens with this next thing. It's called the combo question. So I found a way to combine both architecture and conspiracy theories, and here's that question. If you get this right, you get 2 points, the same buzzing thing. You're just buzzing it with
There you
poopy.
go.
Here we go. Brad Meltzer of the History Channel show Decoded, so he's a guy on the show Decoded, claims that a famous U.S. building doesn't contain any gold at all. What is the building and what state is it in? Brad Meltzer of the History Channel show Decoded claims that a famous U.S. building doesn't contain any gold at all. What is the building and what state is it in? What do you think?
Why would it
It's
have
got gold in it, and it is a in what state?
I'm going to say poopy.
Yeah,
The U.S. Treasury
Okay.
in Washington, D.C.
good guess. Incorrect. Monterey, any guesses?
I'm gonna say the Washington Monument. No, just kidding. the Washington Monument. There's nothing in there, right? It's just a statue.
Or is there?
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
Conspiracy theory.
And Brad Meltzer's here to
He's
decode.
like, funny you asked.
He comes out.
Oh, I was trying to think gold. Like, why would there be gold in there in the first place?
It's kind of a tough one. It's Fort Knox. Fort Knox, where they say all the gold is where the gold is kept that keeps our dollar to its value or whatever. So some people say it's so heavily guarded. People say that there's nothing in it at all, and it's all just like to keep
I've heard
that
conspiracy
idea
theories
up there.
about the Washington Monument that it's like secretly.
Yeah.
Going back to my day job, one of my plumbers, he went to school for finance or whatever the hell it is. I don't know how he got into plumbing, but anyways, he told me now when you buy gold, you just get a certificate saying you own gold. And what the government is doing is they're selling, say they have one piece of gold, they're issuing like 5 tickets saying, oh, you own a piece of gold, and it all links back to this one. So they're basically saying overselling it. Exactly. So
eventually it won't be anything.
So basically it's going to crash, and he told me to sell all my stocks, and then he started being
and
weird.
Get coins. I
told him
you need
the
silver
toilet's
coins.
clogged.
Yeah.
No one cares. With my hard hat on in a bathrobe that's not being renovated.
Oh, and it's Kentucky. I forgot to mention that. Fort Knox in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So that was a tough question. That was a combo question. This is the last thing we're going to do. It's called Categories with Buds.
Categories with buds.
And we go around the circle and we each name something from this category. I'll play with you guys. And if you are the last person standing, you get 3 points. And if I win, I'll award the 3 points to Monterey.
Or can we just take 3 points from Matt every time?
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. So this
points,
is
son.
This is the category for Categories with Buds is TV sitcoms. So we're just going to go around each name a sitcom. If you can't think of one in 5 seconds, you're eliminated, and the last person standing gets 3 points. Okay, so I'm going to kick it off, and then we'll go to Monterey, then Maddie, then back to me.
3 seconds, you said.
Yeah, like
5
3 seconds,
seconds.
3 or 5, whatever.
30.
So I'll say the
said
first sitcom I'll say controversial is The Cosby Show. Monterey.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Seinfeld. Friends.
Oh God, Roseanne.
X-Files.
Grace.
That's not a sitcom.
Yeah, not a sitcom, Maddie. Unfortunately, Maddie has been eliminated.
God damn it.
I'm gonna say
It's funny.
I'm gonna say you last one you said was Roseanne. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll say The Nanny.
Who's the boss?
Three's Company.
The Browns.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
no. Oh yeah, that was a show.
The Browns.
on TBS.
Isn't that a show? Yeah. Isn't that a show?
Was it called Meet the?
Oh wait.
Isn't that a cartoon? That's Cleveland Brown.
Oh fuck.
I think there. I'm going to count it because there's a TBS show called either Meet the Browns or The Browns or something the Browns. I'm going to say
Which
Hanging
makes us
with.
sound racist.
Yeah, I'm going to say Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Family Matters.
Family Guy.
Full House.
Simpsons.
Oh, she's on that TGIF.
Boy Meets World.
There was a show called Teen Angel where the kid dies and then comes back as an angel.
I think I remember that. Home Improvement.
There you go.
Oh, nice job.
Call back.
I'm going to say the George Lopez Show.
The Golden Girls.
Oh, boy.
You got a fucking stockpile. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Lucy.
Dick Van Dyke Show.
You guys are in the 60s.
Fuck, I give up. I have
Nothing?
one in my head.
Oh, you could do
Blossom.
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 Is one, yeah.
I'll count it.
Oh, I'm not in.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Monterey, I'm going to pretend you said Blossom. I'm going to say Wings.
Fresh Prince.
Ooh. What's happening?
Oh, what the hell's that? So Little Time. It's a Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen show.
All in the Family.
Got me. What is Two of a Kind? It's also a Mary Kate and
It's a
Ashley
show
Olsen
you watch all the time.
2.5 Men.
It's not a sitcom. 30 Rock.
Friends.
Yeah, that's a sitcom.
Oh, he said Friends
That would be a
already.
sitcom.
Oh, you said Friends?
Yeah, it was his first one.
I said
Oh,
two-
is 30 Rock technically a sitcom?
Yeah.
I thought a sitcom was just in front of a live audience.
No, it's just a situational comedy, so that's like a workplace comedy because it's at the
Oh, okay.
the
See, I was just
show.
doing in front of like a live audience.
most of that's like
Right,
they
that's
only
like
really
how
came
they
out with
used to
those
do.
in the last 10 years. or
Right,
something.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Larry Sanders Show.
Did I say 30 Rock already? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
X-Files.
Damn it. I can't think of another one. You got me,
I
Monterey.
fucked up before you.
I'm going to give you 3 more
Unsolved
points.
Mysteries.
1, 2, 3 Unsolved Mysteries.
minus 3
Classic
from Matt.
comedy of Unsolved Mysteries. The final score, 13 for Maddie Chimber, the winner, and 6 for Monterey Martinez.
Those were the
When
architecture
you edit
questions
this, can
were
you
like
just start playing 93 till infinity?
That was an awesome episode, you guys. Did you have fun?
Yes,
great.
totally.
I have some prizes for you. Let me reach into my bag.
Oh my God, Ryan, it's Master P.
For first place, because I know you like Seinfeld, Maddie, this is a candle I made.
Oh my
it's
God.
a Cosmo Kramer
You
The
made this?
Beach, the candle. Yeah, I made those. So it smells like the beach. And that is Kramer's candle.
God.
So you light that next time you guys
nice
are
and tan.
getting that dance floor going.
That's the funniest thing.
Enjoy that.
That's hilarious.
You made
he
that?
does love
I didn't. I basically bought candles that smelled like that, and then I made the label. So
There you go.
And then I have a prize for you. It's a throwback prize.
It's a
Okay.
flat screen
until-
TV. I'm like, hey, what the hell?
Monterey, you have a 3 months to drink it before it expires.
Okay, perfect.
And I don't know if you will drink it or not because you are probably healthier than me, but here it is.
Boom. Oh
Crystal
my gosh.
Pepsi.
Oh, wow.
I remember these. These
I have
are
a 20-ounce bottle of Crystal Pepsi for you.
Where did you get these? No, they don't.
They some at the
this is like
store.
from like the
99
90s.
cent store. Yeah, they had a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been giving away
wow.
as trivia prize because it's a fun little throwback.
I remember.
I
Yeah,
saw that.
I remember
Yeah.
when those came out, and everybody was like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
That is your prize. And
That was nice.
this is the end of the show where you guys do some plugs. Do you have any things you want to plug? Maddie?
Guys, I will try to be better at my podcast, at Maddie Chimber Podcast, SoundCloud. You can see me. I'm sure when Ryan tags this, it'd be nice if you guys listened. I'll be better when you play this. Whether it's Tuesday or whatever, I'll have another episode up and
Fantastic.
just talk about I don't even know what. It's just weird.
Building a life, building a career, building comedy.
Dance floors, comedy, food. We talk about everything.
Very good. The Maddie Chimber Podcast. You can check that out on SoundCloud. And Monterey, any shows or fun stuff coming up?
I'll be on Snapped for killing my boyfriend, Matt. For humiliating me. No, I am going to be doing a YouTube series. I'm going to do like a character series.
Oh, very cool.
And yeah,
Tutorials.
Yeah. Well, don't tell him the whole thing.
She'll also be searching for Loch Ness on her spare time in the LA River. She heard through her sources.
That Eye of Providence is.
I'll also find out
She
if
has a lot of
Beyonce and
sources.
Jay-Z are the Illuminati or not. I don't
There's
know.
a whole thing about how she's a clone.
Oh yeah. Oh
She's
yeah.
like a cyborg. Like she's not
really?
even real. Yeah,
Right.
Check
they
it out,
say
listeners.
at Super Bowl
Monterey's
that's when
been
she
burning
gave her.
human hair in our tub to solve that.
No, I staged our apartment. We only have positivity in here.
Amazing.
Right.
And where can people follow you guys on Twitter? Maddie,
At
what's yours?
Matty Chimber,
Matt
MattyChymber. Yeah,
Do you know how to spell your name?
that's it.
And Monterey.
At Monterey, MMONAREY.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so
Thanks,
much for
Ryan.
having me
Thank
in
you.
your house
I
and
won,
for
guys.
being on the podcast.
I just won.
Bye.
Listener quiz.
Well, Maddie dominated Monterey in a game that we just played called the Trivia with Buds Trivia Showdown. But I bet she could beat him in a dance-off. That's what I wanted to say. Check out those guys. Follow them. Check the show notes for links on their work and where you can find them around L.A. I suggest everybody listening to this finds them in L.A. and befriends them before they get super famous because they're hilarious and great people. Check out Monterey Martinez and Maddie Chimber anywhere you can, everybody. It's time for the listener quiz. That's right. The listener quiz is something we do every single week at the end of the episode where you have a chance to play along from home. All you have to do is send me the answers to these 3 random trivia questions in an email, in a tweet, in a message on Instagram, whatever you want to do, and you will be entered in a raffle to win something cool. What is the thing this week? It is a Trivia with Buds pin. That's right. It's a little pin that you can put on your shirt or your coat or your backpack or your sash or whatever you do. Maybe you're in the Boy Scouts and you have one of those things where you have badges. You can add it to that. And that's kind of weird if you're an adult in the Boy Scouts, but some people do that. Here are the 3 questions, everybody. So you just have to answer these questions, send me them, and you'll be entered in a raffle to win the Trivia with Buds pin. It says, I'm smarter than you at Trivia with Buds, and it has the middle finger emoji all over it. So get ready. Here are the questions. Number 1, what movie has Tom Hanks married to Carrie Fisher as characters in the movie? What movie is the movie where Tom Hanks is married to Carrie Fisher? She looks really hot in this movie. I love Carrie Fisher. Rest in peace. And this is a great movie. What is the movie where Tom Hanks is married to Carrie Fisher? Number 2, what is She-Hulk's profession? What did She-Hulk do for a living in Marvel Comics? What is She-Hulk's profession? And number 3, what sitcom takes place in the fictional city of Quahog, Rhode Island? What sitcom takes place in Quahog, Rhode Island? Send me the answers to those questions. Ryan@ryanbuds.com is my email address. And you can tweet them to me, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Go give my Facebook page a like. Trivia with Buds on Facebook. Posting a lot of fun daily content there. Sharing really funny articles and stuff that has to do with the pop culture world. And posting live streams of different trivia events and little questions that I ask where people can kind of interact and play along by commenting in the comment section. Trivia with Buds on Facebook, BUDDS. You have a fundraiser coming up? I'd love to do some trivia to entertain your guests. It's a great way to raise a ton of funds, and there's a million ways that you can make money for your organization or your event or your charity by playing trivia with everyone you know and love. So hit me up about that. Send me an email or shoot me a message, and we'll talk about it. Also, if you want tips on starting your very own trivia night, I would love to help you out. It does not cost anything. My advice is free, and whether or not you use it is up to you. But if you are looking for some extra cash, if you are decent at talking on a microphone, if you know other people that are good at talking on microphones and you just want to go find the venues, I'll help you with all that stuff. And all you have to do is send me a message. I'm going to put out a video series in a few weeks where every single day of the week I'll post like a new portion of how to do a different thing in running a trivia business, and I just want to share that info with people who may be struggling, who may need some money, and it's a super easy, fun way to make money at nighttime or during the day in certain cases. I've been doing trivia at nursing homes lately and in bingo events like on Sundays for Sunday Fun Days at bars, and I'll tell you, it is a really fun way to spend 2 hours and make some money. So that's it for me this week, this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Share this with a friend. Leave me a review on iTunes if you enjoy the show. Tell me what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and I will tweak it accordingly. Some very fun guests coming up in future episodes and some great, great topics, including Kanye West is going to be a topic on the show very soon, and Jim Henson. So get ready for that. Kanye West and Jim Henson are coming up on the Trivia with Buds podcast. Have a good week, everybody. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye-bye.